Hey guys, this is Tankin' Trucker, and I've never done a review of the T-28 prototype. I kind of wish I would have had one previously done, and then after the speed buff that they just gave it. Um, I had this first match that I had since the speed buff, and great results. Great results. It's a huge difference. This thing is way more worthwhile to play now. You're not creeping along doing, you know, 12, 13, 14, whatever kilometers an hour. I mean, I got up to 28 kilometers an hour and stayed right at that speed. I mean, I felt like I was in a freaking medium. Yeah, this thing, a lot more fun to play. Um, it opened up so many doors to make this more of a diverse tank, because now you're not just this little putt tank destroyer that's stuck way back at base. I mean, I took it up where mediums normally go just to see how well it did, and oh yeah, it performed beautifully. I'm going to do a review of it though, because I've never done a review of this, so we'll go ahead and do that, and then I will get some gameplay for you. So, anyways, you get 1,150 hit points. It's pretty good armored, pretty good armored tank destroyer. On the last patch, I think it was, they actually put a roof on the turret, which is nice. So now, if you get hit by artillery, it doesn't hit that big open turret and you get your ammo racked and blow your top and kill you really fast. A little more protection, but excuse me. So your hull armor in the front is 203, and your turret armor in the front is 203. If you do face one of these, your best bet is to aim for the commander's hatches or just shoot the cheeks on the turret, and you'll pen it, pretty consistently. Don't waste your, it looks pretty flat right there, but it is thick, and there is a little bit of a slope, and you will bounce there quite a bit, unless you have, oh geez, I would say at least probably close to 270 pen to make it through that. Just shoot for the commander's hatch and cheeks. Those are pretty surefire ways to pen this. On the side, you have 50 on the hull, 127 on the turret. So the hull on the side is definitely a big weak point. And the rear on the hull is 50, and rear on the turret is 101. So the turret all the way around is pretty well armored. The hull itself, just the front. But again, if you can shoot those cheeks, and you'll pretty much pen them pretty much every time. Or those two big commander cupolas up there. The gun on this is basically, if I remember right, the same one that goes on the T-34. I'd have to look. Which I don't know how close the T-34 is to look at. Here it is. So that is the T-53, and this is the T-53A1. So basically the same gun, except for the load time on this is 8.72 seconds versus like 15 seconds that's on the T-34. And it's a great gun. Great gun. It's a tier 10 gun. Standard penetration is 248, premium is 297, which is APCR, and your HE round is 60 penetration. Average damage for your standard and your premium are 400 and 515 for your HE. Average damage per minute is 2376. Dispersion at 100 meters is 0.38, and aim time is 2.1 seconds. I've got kind of a basic crew, 100%, well, 110, whatever, and working on their first cruise skill, and my reload is 8.72 seconds. Turret traverse is 18.77, and hull traverse is 20.86. So, if it's a fast enough scout or light tank or whatever, they can circle strafe you. So, gotta kind of watch, your surroundings. So if you see something coming at you like a fast scout, try and be near a rock or a building. Where are we at here? Turret versus angles is 143 and 143. So basically what that's saying is it'll almost go all the way around, and basically right to about here and right to about there. There's this little area right here it doesn't cover. You have a negative 10 for gun depression and positive of 15 up in the airage. So yeah, you can work ridge lines with this beautifully. Aim time with mine is 1.83 seconds, so it zooms in on the targets pretty darn quick. and my dispersion is still 0.36. So, not worse, but it could be a little better. My average damage per minute is 2754. 66.68 ton. Now, with the speed that you have, you can actually ram stuff. Which with this, feel comfortable ramming in lights, other mediums, tank destroyers. You'll do some pretty good damage to them. You might take a little, but now that you can do almost 30 kilometers an hour. Specific power to weight is 11.66. I'm sorry, it's got a 780 horsepower engine. So now that specific power to weight's a lot better. Still isn't phenomenal, but I mean, it's a tank destroyer. What do you expect? Top speed and forward is now 28, and reverse it is 10. Concealment is 16.6. View range is 475, which is really good. And your signal range is 777. Yeah, with my binocular telescopes, I like this thing they added on here. When it's activated, it says, I don't know if I can, no, it won't let me keep it up. On the bottom, it says activated when certain events occur in battle. Basically, that means as you sit still. So, binocular telescopes adds plus 95. I don't know if that means, like, is it 95 meters? I don't really know what the 95. Just says the current view range of your vehicle. No enemy vehicles can be spotted at a distance exceeding 445 meters. Further increase of the view range allows you to more easily spot enemy vehicles within the 445 meter radius. Okay. The way I've got mine set up is with a gun rammer, gun lane drive, and binocular telescopes. And even if you could put, well, you can put vents on it now. But I was going to say, even if you could put vertical stabs on here, before, when it was only able to do like 12 or 13 kph, you wouldn't want the vertical stabs because that helps your faster moving tanks. Well, now that you can get up to almost 30 kph, too bad it doesn't have vertical stabs. I was contemplating putting vents on here, but I like having that extra view range if you end up being, kind of sitting in the back camping. But holy crap, with the speed that this has now, I might just take those, binoc telescopes off and put my vents back on. Jeez, things runs like a freaking, from a Pinto to a Corvette. But anyways, definitely, if you can get your hands on this now, it is well worth it. Well worth it. It's just so much more fun to play. Anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I will have some gameplay for you, and then have the after action report. So just hold on for a minute, and I'll be right back. So here we are in the T-28 prototype Corvette on Karelia. So normally, where do you take a tank destroyer on this map? Well, where would you have normally taken the T-28 prototype before the buff on this map? Set at the cap, go over there and work on the K line, KJ line. Not today, ladies and gentlemen. We are taking the T-28, aka the Corvette, up where the mediums go, up the 1-2 line. So let's see how well she does. So we're already up to 20, 25, 26, 28, 29, bumping off 29 there, kilometers an hour, up a hill. Not really a huge hill, but we're doing 29, 28, 27, and look at that. We're kind of, well, I don't want to say keeping up with the KV-13, but he's not leaving us in the dust like he normally would. Now, KV-13 gets up there. KV-13 is actually a really good tank. It's got a good fast-firing gun, really good penetration if you use premium rounds. Unfortunately, the IS-6 gets up there with them and just sits there and watches him. He watches the KV-13 just get ass-raped. Didn't even pull out to try and help him. I just kept, cruising right up there and started taking shots at the enemies as soon as I could. Now you can see I'm going up a hill, and it did slow down. I'm still doing 22. I'm still bumping up to 28 every once in a while, but when I hit a bigger hill here, you'll see it bumps down to about 20. So we're doing 15, 14, 16, and that's climbing back up in speed. I was going to see if I could get a shot at the Z-28, but Looks like he was down in a little pit there, so couldn't get any shots. But see, this IS-6 doesn't even take a shot, doesn't even move forward. He's actually backing up. Doesn't even attempt to move forward to help his KV-13. I did, as soon as I got up there, I tried to help the poor guy, which it just pisses me off. IS-6 just sat there and literally watched him get butt raped. And he finally has decided to move forward and get in my way. Unfortunately, I missed that shot, but climbing up a hill, still doing 18 kilometers an hour. I mean, this is just so much better. I mean, I'm taking this where, you know, medium tanks go. And you can see that awesome aim time just zoomed right in on that T-25 too, and took pretty much half his hit points off in one shot. And took about, he's a one shot, he's at 75 hit points left, so in 2 shots I've pretty much melted him. He was behind the rock good enough to where I could get a shot on him. So I figured out time to move forward and get rid of this Churchill 7. Almost called it a Mark 7. But I wanted to get rid of him because obviously I don't want to be trying to turn around and get shot in the ass, because he will pen you in the butt. So in 2 shots I've taken him down to 111 hit points, and I'm going to finish him off here in a minute. The reload on this is so fantastic. I shot the dirt there. It's kind of, should have let it zoom in just a hair more, but he knocks my track off again, which obviously I don't know if he felt this at the T-34's aim time or what. Now I get pulled up here and there's a camping Scorpion, and he just schmucked me. He hit me there. Oh yeah, put it right through basically the kind of the cheek of the turret there. It's the easiest place to, well, I had my turret turned sideways too, so you gotta love those camping TDs, but not in the T-28 prototype anymore, boys and girls. You ain't gotta camp in this bad boy. You go chase shit down now. So now I'm up here by myself because the IS-6 died, and I got the E-25 and the MX-5100 that I gotta contend with. So I made sure I got right up against the rock in case E-25 came out. And I was waiting for him, and then I saw that 5100 pop out. He wasn't reloaded yet. I was kind of just wiggling my gun back and forth. I didn't want... Yeah, kind of... Almost wish I would have kept it on that E-25. But he overshot there. He pulled out way too far in the 5100, so I was able to knock the shit out of him. I get one shot on this E-25, and then I didn't have the turning speed to get cranked around there, and he put a round right in my side there and finished me off. But 5100 was using gold rounds. I thought the E-25 was too. I guess not. Hell, if I was, I'd be in the E-25 using gold rounds. The penetration on the standard round on that thing sucks. So basically, the E-25 is almost a one-shot for just about anything on our team, really. And the Scorpion G, I don't know how much health he actually has as of right now. I mean, he was camping base, so I imagine he's probably pretty healthy. But we end up winning this match. But yeah, so 3,241 damage, blocked 1,650, and got, was it 3 kills? So the T-28 prototype of old is dead and buried, and this is the new IROC Z-28 prototype. This thing is way just so much more fun, because I just even wrote in there, I love the speed of this thing. I mean, it literally reminds me of kind of a slow medium, or a really fast really fast tank destroyer. No more of that creeping along at 12, 13 kilometers an hour and having some fast medium get up behind you and just drill you full of holes. Now you can kind of keep up with them and knock the snot out of. I cannot believe that T-32 just got his ass raped by that T-25. I was only one shot. He had to take like 2 or 3 shots on him, and he was turning his turret the wrong way and stuff. I thought D-25 had a good game. I thought he was gonna actually win it for their team there, the way it was looking here. But he makes a mistake and he rams into the old Bert here, and ended up killing himself basically because Bert shoots right over him. He screwed up there. Yeah, see that Bert actually shot over him, but he actually smashed into him and pinned him. I don't know if that E-25 had a ping spike or what happened, but I mean, he was still facing basically, you can see where the round hit right there. He was facing that way and shot um, straight up here, and Bert was over here. But anyway, so he won that match. Kind of nice to, take the T-28 out after not playing it for, oh God, I haven't played that thing in a long time. And just, now you can keep up with a lot of tanks that normally would just be able to drive circles around you. So definitely, definitely well worth, if you were, walking the thin line, whether or not to get it or not, definitely worth worth getting it now with a great gun, fast reload, and now it's a fast tank destroyer. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Get your hands on it; it's worth it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield. Alrighty, and here's the results from that match. I got a Mastery Badge Class 1, Duelist, and a Fire for Effect. I tell you, I've never liked the T-28 prototype so much in my life. That thing, the speed difference is, wow, definitely phenomenal. Um, it reminds me kind of a like a slow medium or very very fast tank destroyer. um, yeah, when you're hitting 28 kilometers an hour, and I got to that and stuck right at that speed. So I was tooting right along, and normally, never in a million freaking years I'd take that T-28 prototype up where I did. There's just no way, because with the speed that it used to be, I would have got stuck with my ass out in the wind and got just probably pummeled to hell. With tanks getting surrounding me and whatnot, and to be able to move in this thing with the speed that it has, huge difference, huge. I think I'll be playing this prototype a whole lot more. I've already got a mastery or my ace tanker in it, so not really that bad of a game though. Hit the MX 5100 3 times for 1,033 damage and killed him. Hit the E-25 one time, knocked out his gunner, hit him for 398. Hit the T-25-2 3 times for 850 and killed him. And the Churchill 7 hit him 3 times for 960. Knocked out his loader and killed him. I love the gun on this because it's basically the same gun that goes on the T-34, but you don't have a 15-second reload or whatever it is on the T-34. It's a 8.72-second reload. Pretty sure it's like 14 seconds or 15 seconds. It's a long reload on the T-34. Same gun. Same exact gun. Same pen, same damage, same everything. I think it might even have the same designator, but the reload is so much nicer. So I did second most damage with 3,241, got 3 kills, and my base experience for that was 1,003. At 12 shots, 10 hit, 10 pens. Again, 3,241 damage. I was hit 12 times, 4 penetrated, 8 bounced, so I bounced 1,650 damage. I damaged 4, destroyed 3. Made 44,571 credits after they fixed my tank destroyer and resupplied it in ammo. I still made 17,022. I don't even think I shot. Normally I load my very first round as a premium. I don't even think I did that. Wow, guys. I mean, if you haven't played this again since you've had it, or if you're thinking about getting it, oh my God, yes, way better, way better. So much more maneuverable. It just makes it a lot more enjoyable to play this tank destroyer, because just before, you're creeping along doing 12 kilometers an hour. It's just like, just it sucked. Kind of can't wait to try the T95 and the standard T28 and see how they are, compared to this. Obviously, this is nice because it's got a turret, whereas the T28 standard and the T95 don't. So make those still you have a higher skill level of play, but you can still have good games in them. Um, Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. And like I said, yeah, T28 prototype, definitely well worth the grind to get it now with this speed bump that they gave it. Just, yeah, a lot more fun. So you guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.